So you are denied a visa. How long should you wait before you go back to the embassy? I'm going to give you some of the ideas. Some of these I've read. Some of them I've watched the embassy talk about it. Some of them I've seen people who've gone to the embassy. They've come and told me this. Okay? So generally speaking, if you are denied a visa, usually they will give you a paper. Many of you, you've gotten that paper. Some of you say it's a pink paper. I hear blue paper, white paper, but generally speaking, it's called 214B. So next time, if you have a denial, which I hope you don't get a denial, but pay attention to the paperwork they give you. It's called 214B. And most of the time, if you read it, you will hear them saying, or you will see, it's written that they were not convinced or they were not satisfied that you have sufficient ties back home. And usually that's all they say, according to section blah, 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 blah of the US law, blah, blah. Okay, sorry to say blah, blah. You get the point. Yes. So many of you, you get so discouraged, you don't read it. Then you're like, okay, so what am I going to do? And normally after denial, again, many people are very discouraged and they really want to go back very quickly. Now, from my research, they don't stop you from going back. You can come out and turn around and go back so long as there's a spot, there's an appointment. However, on that 214B, they say, please be prepared to tell us what has changed. Yes, so you are here 2 weeks ago. You are back again. What has changed? And it's a very important question. You might think there's nothing that has changed in 2 weeks. But I saw a girl who is, I think she's from Zimbabwe or South Africa. She went back after 3 weeks and she got a visa. Another one called me from Japan. I think he's from Kenya, but he lives in Japan. He was denied and he went back, I think, after 2 weeks. And he said, Janet, tell your people not to be discouraged. I went back and got it. And then there are some of you who go back so often, they call you, maybe, I don't know if this is how they call you, but in the hospital, they call them frequent flyers. Sorry to tell you some of the secrets. Okay, that's how they used to call people. That's a frequent flyer. Okay, meaning they always come, so they know them. So some of you probably are frequent flyers. When they see you at the embassy, they say, oh, there she goes. Here he goes again. And so the first thing they're going to ask you, so what has changed? Because it's not written anywhere that you have to wait. But what has changed? So, in my opinion, try and go back a different person. Relating to that 214B, what are some of the ties to consider? Your job. Did you get a new job? Did the salary increase? Articulate that. Did you get married? Not just for this, but that is a material difference. And yes, I've watched the embassy say there has to be a material difference. Yeah? Maybe there's an addition to the family. You now have a baby. You are not in school now. You're in school. You are still in school and now you've graduated. Maybe you went with the children and now they were still in school and they were saying, why did you come with the children and they're supposed to be going to school? Maybe they are now on holiday. Right? Maybe last time you went without your husband and they were wondering, and now both of you are going for vacation. Like, what has changed? Basically, if it's a school, maybe you go to one that is cheaper. Maybe they made a comment and said, hey, why are you going to a very expensive school given your bank statement? That is too much. You found a school that is $50,000 per year. Okay, maybe going back with a school that is 35 or $28,000 per year, that is a big change. Right? What has changed? Last time you came here with this school and now maybe this time you went and did some English preparation tests and you didn't have them last time. Maybe this time you have a scholarship that you did not have. Okay? Maybe last time you had not traveled to different countries. Maybe you had not been to Europe. Now you've been to Europe and you're back. Maybe you were on a cruise ship and now you're back. What has changed? And I always say it's not about just going to the port of entry to your neighbor for one day and coming. It has to be serious travel. When maybe they see you 6 months ago, you are somewhere, you are there for 3 months. Then another one, you've always gone back and forth. That is history. It's not just about, I have to be in Europe, I have to be in America, I have to be in Canada. No, I think that's my opinion. Serious travel history, because if you just go with stamps, anyone can go to the stamp at the border and get a stamp. But if you're demonstrating consistency, right? So travel history is very important, especially in the Western world, honestly, because they know if you went to Canada and you went back, you did not claim asylum, right? It makes sense. You came to America on a transit visa, you actually went and did your cruise ship. When you finished the time, you went back home. That is very strong history. It means they can trust you. Okay, your husband has been back and forth several times to the United States. That is strong history. Your family members come and go from the United States. That is strong history. So just be prepared to say what has changed. Did you have a headache and now you don't? Were you anxious and now you don't? Okay. Another thing I have to remind you is paying attention to the questions they ask you. Me, I believe in the questions that someone asks me because that becomes my record. Okay, if I ask you, how is the weather today? It's sunny, it's windy, mild temperatures, very lovely. That is the record. I'm not going to make up stuff, right? So where are you going? Okay, so why? How much do you earn? That is something to work on and go back. Last time when I was asked how much I earned, this is how much I earned, but now I just got a promotion and I'm making double the money that I came with last time. Right? I came with a school that was expensive, and when they told me it was expensive, I went to work on it. And now I have a different school that is better. It's cheaper. It's more affordable. Okay? My sister now moved from Australia. She's now in the United States. She's going to help me with school fees. Maybe last time you went with 3 children. Now you go alone and say, you know what? After second thought, it's better my mom to take care of my kids and the dad. As I go and prepare myself, when I'm ready, probably they'll follow me on F2 one day. That is a family tie you're leaving behind. Okay, are you getting the point? So the issue should not be how long should I wait. You can wait 5 years and still go back with the same information. Now, some of you, now we've agreed there's no overstaying your visa. J1, F1, H1B, name it. Overstaying your visa has become old-fashioned. If we hear that you overstayed your visa, we're going to assume that you are 90 years old. Sorry. It doesn't make sense now. It doesn't make sense. Okay? And if you need any help, you need any guidance, janetrangi67@gmail.com. Sometimes I leave this email, but it's very hard for you to find me. But it's just that simple. Okay, sometimes I might not come in the comments or the inbox because I post most of these videos on many social media platforms. But when I say janetrangi67@gmail.com, I've even seen people who say, Janet, I overstayed because I couldn't find you. But I've watched you for 7 years. I'm like, uh-oh. I love you. Okay, please do not overstay your visa. You have options, okay? Or go back home is also an option. But if you choose to stay, please understand that you have options. Do not just look at what other people have done in the past, okay? You have options. See you in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.